moving on to our next speaker for the day, it gives me great privilege to invite on stage Mr. Suren Ramasubbu, Director of Academica International Studies. As a serial entrepreneur and founding director of the AICSE Council, Mr. Suren is driving educational innovation through Academica Virtual Education Incorporation, which operates over 200 schools in the US under his leadership. Academica International Studies offers a dual diploma program allowing over 50,000 students in 28 countries, including India, to pursue an American high school diploma alongside their local curriculum. This program enables CBSE, ICSE, and state board schools to provide international education without extra infrastructure. Mr. Suren is focused on expanding Academica's reach in India and building partnerships with top schools. He holds a BE from PSG Tech, a master's from Virginia Tech, and an MBA from UCLA Anderson School of Business. So with a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome on stage Mr. Suren Ramasubbu, Director of Academica International Studies. Let's have a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Can I have a clicker here? The PowerPoint.
His dual diploma program is part of a network of more than 200 high-achieving schools across the United States, and now more than 40,000 dual diploma students on multiple continents.
The mission of the program of Academica is to provide high-achieving international students with an accredited American International Certificate of Secondary Education.
So I think it's definitely helping me gain more of a global mindset.
I also like this program a lot. It has helped me to learn new things and also improve my English and vocabulary.
Through the use of technology and the implementation of groundbreaking initiatives, the Academica Network puts education at the fingertips of any child. The dual diploma program offers students around the world the opportunity to earn 2 high school diplomas. They earn their high school diploma from their home country while simultaneously earning their American high school diploma with us.
The dual diploma community that we are part of is the symbol that, despite differences, people from all over the world, from different cultures, backgrounds, countries, can be united by a single goal.
Back when many didn't believe or understand that by leveraging technology we could expand learning opportunities.
These are charter schools. We have heard of charter schools. These are publicly financed, publicly funded private schools in the United States. Students attend these schools for free because the government funds them, but the schools are essentially run like a private school, meaning they're very high achieving model schools in the nation, and the government encourages it because they want to create competition and excellence in K through 12 education. My background, I'm a techie. I'm not an educator. I'm not a school administrator. I graduated from PSG Tech in Coimbatore, and like most engineers, I went abroad immediately. I went to Virginia Tech, did my master's in electrical engineering, then did the usual thing, worked in California, in Silicon Valley, and as most Silicon Valley engineers do, I quit my job and launched a startup. The company took off, and then it got acquired. But when I was in Virginia Tech, I aspired to be a professor. I wanted to teach. I wanted to do my PhD and just stay there and become a professor. But my wife didn't like the weather, so she dragged me to California. And at the end of the day, my company got acquired by Academica, so now I'm back in education. So, when you care something about deeply, the universe conspires to make it happen, they say. So that's how I'm part of Academica now, and as I said, Academica is an organization that runs a chain of schools across the US. Can we get the presentation up, please? Outside the United States, Academica offers what we call a dual diploma program. In the United States, a higher secondary graduation is called a diploma, just like the IB is. Most of you are familiar with the International Baccalaureate, and that is called a diploma. So in the US, because a higher secondary program is called a diploma, we offer what we call a dual diploma program. It basically allows a student in any curriculum, it could be in CBSE, ICSE, or Cambridge or IB even, to earn a second second diploma in addition to what they're studying in the local curriculum. So Academica has been doing this over the last 15 years. So virtual education is something that comes naturally to us. We've been doing that over the last 15 years. And today, there are 50,000 students across 30 countries that are enrolled in this program. The program started in the country of Spain first with about 8 students. And today, there are 10,000 students in Spain alone. In France, we have 8,000 students. The program is very popular across countries in Europe, in Latin America, and other countries around the world, a little bit in the Middle East too. Now, why am I in this, why am I talking to you about this, not being an educator, not being a school administrator? I moved to India after living in the United States for about 18 years. I moved with my family back to India. And when I came here, my children were already in high school and middle school. And I really wanted my children to benefit from the Indian curriculum because I grew up, I went to a CBSE school, so I wanted them to sort of go through the Indian school system. But I also wanted to want them to have a foot in the door in the American system. And I was looking for options and I couldn't find any. And there was only one school in Chennai that offered the American curriculum. That was run by the US Consulate, the American International School in Chennai. And yes, of course, my children went there, but it is a school run by the consulate, so not many people can afford it. I know a lot of expats, a lot of friends of mine who came back from abroad, and they were looking for options just like I did, and they couldn't find any because they had to choose. They had to choose between an Indian curriculum or an international curriculum. There was no blend of both. There was no option where they could do both at the same time. So when Academica acquired us and I learned about this dual diploma program, my immediate reaction was, if you're offering it in 28 countries, why are you not offering it in India? Sorry, some tech trouble. So that's when they said, okay, if you're that passionate about it, why don't you go and evangelize in India? Simultaneously, about the same time, Academica won this presidential award from Joe Biden himself, and that led the US Consulate in India to invite Academica to do a trade mission. They call it an education trade mission. So we went around India, met a lot of school founders and principals to see if there is interest. In fact, we met Dr. Manjula Puja Shroff, who was here earlier today. We met Dr. Vandana Lula, who was here earlier today. A lot of these pioneers partnered with us, and now we are offering the dual diploma program to those schools. And they are piloting it over the last 2-3 years. We have about 85 students in India who are going through this program today. And one thing that we find is that students are really energized and really passionate about this program for a few reasons, and I'll tell you why it is. The dual diploma program has 3 major objectives, right? The first thing is language immersion. The program places a lot of emphasis on American English, and I'll tell you why I call it American English. It places a lot of emphasis on humanities, particularly US history and US government, and it has 2 electives as options, and the electives can be life skills management, SAT, ACT test prep, criminology, psychology, a lot of vocational kind of courses. And in addition, there are about 30 college credit courses that they can take, and those college credit courses can be transferred if they end up studying abroad for undergrad education. They can transfer these courses to any American, Canadian, or any university. So the student ends up earning 2 diplomas, let's say CBSE or ICSE or a Cambridge or IB diploma from their home school. And in addition, they earn an official accredited high school diploma from the United States. And it's done virtually, it's done online. They don't have to leave their current school. They can be with their friends. They can be with the same teachers. And this is done after school as an extracurricular activity during evenings and weekends. So this is a sample of the high school diploma that a student will earn. This is the exact same diploma that a student in the United States who's completing their 12th grade would earn. You can see that at the bottom it says Cognia. Cognia is an accrediting agency whose accreditation is accepted worldwide. So this diploma is accepted by universities across the US, Canada, Europe, Australia, even in India. It's recognized by the Association of Indian Universities under the same aegis as Cambridge or IB. Yeah, skip a few slides, please. So, to graduate with an American high school diploma, whether you're an American student or a student outside the country, you need to complete a minimum of 24 credits or 24 courses, right? And you can see that, it's very similar to our system. You need to complete three levels of math, 4 levels of science, social studies, performing arts, physical education, and all of this. The beauty of this dual diploma program is that we don't require them to do all 24 credits with us. We actually take 18 of these credits from their curriculum. So they could be in IB or Cambridge or CBSE or ICSE or even state board. We can take 18 of those credits from the local curriculum and just add on 6 additional required courses that they have to do with us, and thus they will complete the requirements of our program. So you can see here, there are 5 levels of English, out of which the students have to do 2 years of US English. And when I say US English, the emphasis in the American system is very much on experiential learning and project-based learning. There's very little focus on examinations. Examinations account for maybe 10 or 15% of the grade. The grading system goes throughout the semester, and they grade it based on how they in their assessments and in their presentations and videos and things like that. So it's 100% project-based, and the students actually enjoy going through this program. It's very applied. They learn critical thinking skills. They work with a teacher, a credentialed and accredited teacher who is located in the United States. So they are interacting with that teacher on a weekly basis. They are working with students around the world. So they learn from their peers in addition to learning from the program. So they have to complete 2 levels of English, 1 level of US history, 1 level of US government and economics, and 2 electives that I mentioned. And the electives could be from the list that I showed, or or 30 college level courses that we offer. So you can see that a student does not have to repeat a lot of things that stress them out in our system. Our students are already good in STEM. They're good in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So our focus is mostly on English and humanities. And because it is project-based and because it is the emphasis on exams is very less, the students who are going through this program absolutely love it because they find that it's very complementary, it's very different from the way they've learned over these years. And because there's no stress of exams, they absolutely enjoy going through the program. It's almost like a fun extracurricular activity, and at the end of the day, they earn a second diploma. Now, why is this useful to a student? Let's say a student wants to pursue higher education abroad for undergrad. They can transfer to college credits. One of the electives is SAT, ACT test prep, so that helps them prepare. They don't have to go to an outside tutoring center to prepare for the standardized exams. And in addition, they get a transcript from an American high school. And when they apply to US university or university abroad, the university doesn't have to normalize their mark sheet, the Indian mark sheet, to the American system. It's already normalized. It's already in the American grading system. So, and you know that American Canadian universities don't have an objective admission criteria. They call it comprehensive review, holistic review. They look at the student's overall profile and say, is this a student good fit for us? Now, a student who goes through this program has completed not 1, but 2 different programs at the same time, 2 diplomas at the same time. So the university knows that the student is and beyond the requirement of their core curriculum, has done something special. In addition, the universities know that they are proficient in English. They don't even need the TOEFL or IELTS because the student has graduated with an American high school diploma. And in addition, the universities look for a distinguished profile of students, and this certainly sets students apart when they apply to American universities. A number of our students get into Ivy Leagues, and I can provide the data on how it helps them with admissions. Now, regardless of whether a student goes for higher education, for undergrad, it also helps them if they decide to go for their master's, because again, they have an American diploma, so they don't need to write TOEFL or IELTS. Of course, they've been through the American system. They know how the grading works. They know how the system works, and they're very familiar when they go for their masters even. Or at the end of the day, a lot of our students end up going abroad anyway. So having an international exposure is, without question, an absolute need of the hour. And there's a reason why there's a mushrooming growth of international schools in India. There used to be none when I was growing up, and there are international schools everywhere today. And the parents are looking for international education and international exposure for their children. This is a quick overview of how it can be done. We take in students in their 8th, 9th, or 10th grades. So a student in 8th would do this over a 4-year period. And why I say 8th is because our calendar runs complementary to the Indian calendar. Our calendar runs from April through November. So our first semester is April to June. Our second semester is August through November. So most of our students complete their first semester during their summer vacation. They're just done with it because the self-paced for the most part. 70% is self-paced. 30% requires live interaction with the teacher and with other students. So the self-paced part, they can accelerate, and the teacher works with them. If they are going on a fast track, they help complete the coursework ahead of time too. So a lot of our students complete their first semester during the summer break. The second semester overlaps with the Indian classes, but then they can work in the evenings, weekends. Common question that comes up is about the workload. And typical question is, how much time do they spend on this? The students are already stressed out. They're already doing a challenging curriculum. They're preparing for IIT or NEET and things like that. How can they manage this? So from our estimate, we believe that a student has to spend no more than 3 to 5 hours a week to complete this program. And it's very manageable for the top students. I wouldn't say all students should go through this program in your school. You'll know the students who are, who can take up an additional challenge, who are looking to distinguish themselves in some way. Those are the students who will be a good fit for this program. So I'll leave you with this slide because this is about the school. This is not about the students. Why should a school partner with us? Number one, you can enroll one student or 2 students, or there's no minimum. We don't require any minimum. The school does not need to add any infrastructure whatsoever. No building, no investment, no staff, nothing. We do not need any investment from the school side. We just need one teacher or one coordinator to coordinate with our teachers on our side and to be the liaison person in case some intervention or some discussion is required with the student or the parent. So a school, let's say you're a CBSE school or an ICSE school that wants to go international, or there are international schools that are international in name only, they don't offer any international curriculum. If you want to become an international school, you can become one overnight. All you have to do is partner with us and enroll students, and that's it. And because we have no minimums, we can take in just one student. I'm offering you this to every principal and every school trustee or founder here. I'm offering you this. We will give a 100% scholarship to one student this year. You nominate one student from your school who think is eligible and is deserving of this program, and we'll give him or her a 100% scholarship to go through this program over the next 4 years. You become the program director for this, you be the liaison person, and you understand how the system works. I can tell you, this is how we started in every single country that we operate in, 30 countries. We started with one student, and every school that we partner with has hundreds, if not thousands of students enrolled with us today. So I would highly encourage you to reach out to us. We have a booth outside. Please do stop by. If you want, we can introduce you to some of the schools that are already running this program in their schools, and you can get their feedback, and you can take it from there. I think we're out of time. Thank you so much for your attention, and I'm looking forward to talking to you all. Thank you very much.
We thank Mr. Suren Ramasubbu for this wonderful presentation. May I now request Mr. Anil Sharma to felicitate Mr. Ramasubbu. May I request the team of Johnson Grammar School, ICSE and ISC to join us on stage. And may I again request Mr. Ramasubbu to do the honors. of giving away the award.